I'm Scott Holmes. This is race number 9 in Formula 1 class. It's a Cassut Racer, and it's exactly the same as most typical Cassut racers out there. So the engine is located in the front on this airplane. It's a 0200 Continental. The fuel is stored right behind the engine. The firewall is located right here where these screws are, and the fuel is stored right behind it, kind of in the cockpit above our legs. The oil is right underneath the engine in this area right under here, and then it's straight piped as well, so there's no exhaust that should be entering the cowling area. If I'm on the ground, the propeller is stopped, the engine's not turning, and the engine's on fire, what you should do is spray foam in the intakes here. These are the cooling air intakes. If the induction system is on fire, you can spray it in down here. And then last but not least, if say the back side of the engine was on fire, you can spray it under here in the air exhaust, in the cooling air exhaust. So this is the cockpit area of my racer. The canopy is fairly typical for most racing airplanes out there. We have a double latch system. What that means is when you squeeze the pins, the whole canopy opens and it will tip up. So when we squeeze them, it tips up like so. Also, there are emergency disconnect pins right here. You pull the cotter pin out like that, and then simply pull the pin out, the hinge pin out, and you can lift the whole canopy off and out. Ready? If for whatever reason the canopy is jammed, the whole thing is riveted on down this side, up the back, and across the top. So what I would suggest is break the canopy in a corner and peel it away. The front leading edge of it has no supports on it. You can see it's clear and open. It's not connected to anything. All you have to do is peel the bottom and the sides. It will come right off. So if at any reason the airplane is all messed up, you can't get me out, there's 4 longerons in the airplane. It's a steel tube frame, and they all sit underneath the wing. So if you cut the fuselage about at the ailerons or so, at the aileron torque tube, if you cut it with a Sawzall or something, it's only 035 wall, thin wall 4130 tubing. The tail will actually come off the airplane, and you can literally just pull me out the back. You don't even have to undo my straps. So if you cut it far enough back, you'll literally remove the rear seat with the steel tube fuselage. And it's right about there or so. Cut it right there, and the whole tail will come off.
Anything at the top to cut off with?
No, because all that should come with the whole airplane. So they might have to do a little bit of cutting here and there, but it should come off very cleanly if you cut it right there. There's no connections in the canopy or anything. Cut it right at the back of the canopy all the way down. I'll slide right out the back. So once you've gained access to the cockpit, I've only got a single hooker harness on. And it's the same as every other hooker harness that the aerobatic people use. You simply grab the tab or the lever, lift it, and it all comes undone at that point. From that point on, I'm still strapped into my parachute. I also have a fire suit on. You can grab me by my parachute or the fire suit shoulder tabs. If you find me upside down for any reason, I'll probably be sitting on my roll bar, which is right behind the cockpit here. It's a whole bunch of steel tube structure welded up nicely. That's probably what we'll be sitting on. If for any reason I'm upside down, simply grab the tail, lift on any part of it you can grab, and then roll a truck or something underneath it and set it on the truck. At that point, you should be able to open the canopy as so. You'll find me sitting strapped in. My straps will be done up because if not, all of my body weight will be on my head. These are not big airplanes, so we won't be able to move in the cockpits. So you'll have to undo my straps while I'm inverted, and then I'll simply fall out head first out the top of the airplane. So when the engine is running, all of these switches are in the up position, okay? So if anything happened and I was on the ground, take all of these switches down this side, push them all down. Every single one of them should be in the down position, and that's the safe position. The fuel system will continue to leak avgas into the cowling area. So underneath the spar, way down here, you'll see there's a fuel valve shut off right here. I'm holding onto it with my hand. Horizontal is in the off position. Pointed towards me is in the on position. So turn that valve 90 degrees.